You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do
I
it.
have a question for you. I want to know what triggered your survivalist. You're a big survivalist buff. So
Bam. Yeah, I started studying indigenous. It's so funny because we answer all these questions, so I feel like you're going to always be like, Shay, why are you answering this question with the same words that you always do?
I understand. You don't always answer in the same way.
No, but it could be a fun challenge. We have to find synonyms for
Yeah, to try
I started studying indigenous cultures and really loved the lifestyle that they lived and loved how connected to the ecosystem they were. And started thinking about it, and there's this concept called rewilding that a friend named Daniel Vitalis introduced into my world, which is adapting to the conditions in which we live in, adapting to living under fake lights and in drywall and whatnot, because we're never going to be able to go. And so that's sort of why I started studying wilderness survival skills. A, because I thought it would be fun, but B, just because I wanted to know how to survive and thrive.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you think that helped you get the role?
I do. I hands down do. I went in there and right before I was having a meeting with the producers and they were like, so what do you do in your free time? And I was like, well, I really love to do this and I do that. And I think hunting's pretty, fun if you actually, or not fun, but I think it's an important, thing. If I want to eat meat, I want to know how to hunt, et cetera, et cetera. And we started talking and they're like, so you are comfortable around guns? And I was like, well, I know a little bit about them. And so I actually do think it might have helped with Tris because we're very similar, I guess, in that department.
You guys have both, you guys have both read some of the books. Was that helpful, getting knowledge about your characters?
Yeah, definitely. I haven't read neither of us have read the last one because I think, if we're lucky enough to do any more movies, it'll inform the performance a bit much, but definitely the first two, for both of us really, but specifically for Tobias, the second book really informs his background and it gives you more perspective on him, so that was definitely important. But then at the same time, you need to make your own decisions about the character and be kind of confident with them, because obviously a big question is, are you nervous about living up to expectation or playing a character that's beloved and people are invested in? But at the end of the day, it's good to be doing that because people already love the character, which is definitely a positive thing. But then conversely, you need to make decisions based on your own instincts because that is what our job is, really. So
you mentioned that about this character being based on the book and how popular they already are. How do you handle those fans' expectations? Because you saw it last night how crazy everybody was.
You can't really
think about that.
You can't really be aware of it because if anything that's going to affect your performance, you need to
disregard.
Yeah, disregard because as I was saying, you have your own take on the characters.
If I were to try and play Tris the way that you envisioned her, and the same way that you envisioned her, and the way you envisioned her, and the way you envisioned her, she would just be a mess of of a human, because it would be tons of different ideas of someone versus an intuitive sort of authenticity that we were sort of able to bring to the characters.
Yeah, and they hire you for what you're going to do with the character, so then.
And when you think too much about the character anyway, it ends up being boring. And
exactly. It has to be natural and intuitive, as Shay's saying.
What would your fear landscapes be?
Submarines in space.
Dumbledore cooking pancakes.
Dumbledore?
Are you sure it's not orca sex?
Oh fuck yeah! Do you remember that? That was at the MTV.
Did you say orca sex?
You tried to say awkward sex, but it came out as orca sex.
That's hilarious. That would hurt. That is a legitimate fear.
Have you seen? Did you see? Has anyone
Blackfish.
seen? Yeah, you've seen that.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Documentary?
Yeah. Did you see it?
No.
It's very good. You'd like it. Anyway.
I wanted to ask about the training for the movie, all the physical training you had to do to get ready for it. Can you tell us a little bit? Both of you tell us a little bit about what you had to go through.
Yeah, the training, we had about a month of training prior to filming, which was fun and awesome. Our stunt coordinators are incredibly badass and are both ex-military, so, right, both of them are?
JJ is, I think.
Garrett is as well, because he's got a tattoo of, Navy or something?
Has he? I thought he was an ex-boxer and then an ex-professional.
You're probably right. But they're both they're very well versed in their world.
They're definitely the real deal. But
yeah. So it was fun. We did sort of basic hand-to-hand combat training as well as physical fitness. He had to pump it in the gym all the time to get those muscles.
Yeah, and they came
Fight
up.
choreography.
Yeah,
Did you do your own stunts, or a lot of them?
As many as we
Yeah.
could that insurance would allow.
So you didn't jump off the train?
Oh, I did do that.
You did
I
do that.
jumped. We both ran and jumped on and off the train. The one scene where we're like slow mo in the air, that wasn't me.
Okay.
Were there any scenes in particular that you really wanted to do but couldn't?
I wanted to do the zip line
Yes, I would ask
more.
about that, yeah.
Most of it is all green screen. There's
Uh-huh.
one shot where my stunt double went between buildings in Chicago,
Oh, really?
and I was able.
I thought it was all green. There
No,
is one
and
shot.
I did it too. Like there was one. Alicia went maybe 1,000 feet of zip line, and I maybe did 300 or 400 feet. But we were both like 85 feet in the air, dangling in the middle of a Chicago alley at like 2 a.m., 3
That's
a.m.
cool,
going
man.
back. Yeah.
I was saying to share that
It was
spike
fun.
because we saw it.
She
just
got to do the
yesterday.
fun.
That was one of my favorite sequences, the zip line. I thought it was cool. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, bruh.
You're a pretty good beatboxer. Did you get your inspiration from Dougie Fresh? I saw you doing it last night on the carpet.
Yes, true. No, I used to do really bad rapping when I was about 18. We thought we were, cool. We loved hip hop, which is ironic, really, because I'm from Buckinghamshire. But yeah.
Nobody in America knows what that means.
Wow, it's
I mean, I don't know what that means.
Well, anyway.
It's a fancy place in London, right?
No, it's actually outside, but as in, it's just kind of a funny paradox, like the Queen sipping tea and then being like. Anyway.
So do you like rap music? Or?
I do, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We used to, my friends, at school, we used to love, we used to play basketball on this basketball team. And we used to have take boom boxes down, and the funny thing is in America it's so awesome because obviously the standard here is so much better. So whenever we'd play guys who played in America, they'd obviously whoop our asses as well. And we used to take our boom boxes and try and go down to the local park and hustle. But obviously it was against 12-year-old kids who'd be like, "Hey, what's up? You want to play?" They're like, "No." So anyway, random story.
If you guys could be any superhero, who would you be?
Catwoman.
Ooh,
She's
sexy.
so sexy, yeah. What a babe, right? Like showing up on her motorcycle in all black, sleek, like in and out the window, Batman style. So cool. I've thought about this.
In a practical way or reflection of the movies?
Any.
Yeah.
I know, because Superman I think would be too much because it'd just be, I don't know, there's no limit really to your power. So maybe Spider-Man because
There's
you've
a
got super
limit
strength.
to your power.
Yeah.
Do you think, come March 21st or 22nd, your life is going to completely change? Have you thought about that? It could go from being able to go out anywhere you want to
Pandemonium.
You don't think
even
about
based on what we
that.
saw last night. I don't know.
Really hard to. Yeah, it's kind of you really don't know, and it's I think as actors you're kind of mentally trained to not go there because you're always
Also, as
job to
human
job,
beings, it's that we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You
Yeah.
know, regardless of whether of this industry or leaving this whole diversion thing out of it, you never know what's coming in life, and to think about it or worry about it just seems like such a waste of the present moment.
Yeah.
The main thing is we hope that it has its own journey, singular, based on its
Yeah.
merits of the movie and and of the book.
That's a great way to put it.
Do you have any projects coming up? I know you have Fault in Our Stars coming out this summer, but are you working on anything else right now?
Well, Shay did Fault in Our Stars.
You did
after.
London's
I did a
Underground.
London Fields and another movie called Franny.
What message do you hope young people take away from this film?
So many. Do you want to start or should I go?
You hit one.
I think that there's a lot. One is that you don't have to be codependent in a relationship and you don't need somebody to need you. You can be an empowered, strong individual and you can have another empowered, strong individual and you guys can be partners. Then you can base your relationship on fundamentals of trust and pride and respect, which I think is really beautiful and a neat thing to have in a young adult franchise. I also think it's really neat that Tris and Christina have such a close relationship, and that they're supportive of one another, and there isn't any jealousy or envy involved, because you very rarely see that in films and in real life, where females are able to be supportive of one another without the external sort of backstabbing and whatnot, the drama that's involved. Sort of that sisterhood is really special. I think it's cool that there's two strong females not trying to like discount men, because I love men, but just the messages in this movie. Two strong females that, you know, between Tris and Kate Winslet's character Janine, where they go head to head, and neither of them are right, neither of them are wrong. If this movie was told through Janine's eyes, Tris would look bad, right? Because Tris is killing people as well. And so I just think that that's sort of an interesting thing to note and to correlate to today's society, regardless of whether you're a Democrat or you're a Republican, or whether you're, you know, in one party versus another party. Whenever there's opposing opinions, nobody is right or wrong, and they're just different standpoints, different viewpoints. And I think that if people can like sort of soak that up at a young age, that's a really neat thing to go into the world with.
Just one last question. Can you talk a little about working with Kate Winslet and Ashley Judd? I mean,
And Tony Goldwyn.
yes.
Tony is very, very cool, really sweet guy. I actually didn't do any scenes with him, but
Yeah, I've never met him, but he's
we saw him the other day. Kate is, you were saying, and I agree, she's one of those consummate professionals who's obviously not only an amazing, you know, incredible actress and has this illustrious career, but she's someone who actually still has a passion for it, and she really believes in it. So she comes in, hangs out in the trailer, you know, she's fully up for discussing it, has a filthy sense of humor in a fun way, you know, it's just and really kind of dynamic person as well. So.
yeah.
And Ashley? You had
Oh,
some
yeah.
scenes with her.
Ashley and I connected a lot, actually. We're both very similar sort of in our spiritual viewpoints, and sort of how our lifestyles are very similar. So it was kind of like having a big sister around, you know. Everybody on the set, we didn't have one dick, which was really nice. Because a lot of times you do, but not on this movie.
And you got to work with Miles Teller again. How
Yeah,
was that?
thank God. Yeah, no, it was great. Miles is the best. He's there's no one quite like him in the world. That's for sure. And he's just such a bloody good actor that it was nice to have a brother around.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
guys.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.